Welcome, friends. My name is Sue, and I love to help people get organized. Today, we're going to be talking about a book called The 10-Minute Digital Declutter, The Simple Habit to Eliminate Technology Overload. I read this book and I was able to draw out quite a few lists that I'm going to share with you today, and I'm going to provide you with my reactions to some of the recommendations on the list. So maybe this will save you some time from reading the book. However, if you want to read the book, I will add a link in the description below so that you can purchase this for yourself on Amazon. So the first list says 21 questions to ask yourself if you have a declutter problem. I pulled out 5. So let's look at these. Are you hanging on to hundreds or thousands of old emails? Well, I definitely have hundreds of emails and maybe some thousands. Do you use more than one email account because of all the storage you need? Well, I have more than one email account because I have business and personal email accounts, but I think if I were to max out, I might be tempted to go ahead and create another account just to have more storage space. Do you have unneeded documents from over 5 years ago? Okay, now wait a minute. What do you consider unneeded? Because I do have documents from over 5 years ago, but I think they're important to me. Do you feel anxious and agitated by the clutter on your phone or computer? All right, so from time to time, I might be a little agitated when I look at how many files I have, especially at my office computer. I look in there and some things are, more than 5 years old, and I think, do I really need those? And how much time is it going to take me to go through and clean those up? The last one is, do you avoid addressing your digital declutter because it feels too overwhelming? Okay, for me personally, I like to clean up and go through and declutter, but I do have clients that feel very overwhelmed and they just don't know where to begin. So maybe you can relate to that. Don't tell my husband, but I actually took a snapshot from his inbox. In his Gmail, if you take a look under the promotions tab, at the top here, you'll notice that he has 35,374 emails just under promotions. And out of that 35,000, if we take a look over here, he actually has 33,113 unread. Is there clutter? Yes. Does it bother him? No, doesn't bother him at all. It would drive me crazy. Next set of questions are 8 steps to the 10-minute digital declutter habit. Let's take a look. Focus on the decluttering habit. Okay, makes sense. Commit to decluttering for 30 days. I want to commit to decluttering forever. Another decluttering. Anchor decluttering to an established habit. Okay, that makes sense. If you're not really used to decluttering, that if you attach it to drinking your morning coffee, I don't know, maybe that would be a time that you could declutter, or at the end of the business day, you could declutter. Pick a time for decluttering. Okay, a specific time. Yeah, again, maybe you have to put it on your schedule to pick a time. Take baby steps. I like that one, baby steps, because it can be overwhelming. So if you just make a commitment to do one little thing, it's a lot more tolerable. Plan your obstacles. Obstacles. Are we talking about the dog barking or the cat jumping on my lap? Or are we talking about the fact that the phone is going to ring or an email is going to pop up that I need to respond to? Or all of the above? Okay, so I do need to plan for my obstacles. Create accountability for decluttering. Okay, how do I create accountability for decluttering? That's a very good question. I think if I schedule it, that helps. Reward important milestones. I like the idea of rewards because sometimes doing something that is uncomfortable requires a little reward at the end. So my key takeaways from this one on what works for me is you got to have a plan. You need to have an accountability partner. So either that's a friend or a life coach, and you need to celebrate the small wins because if you don't celebrate, then it makes it much less enjoyable. 8 actions for starting your first declutter habit. Let's see. Review the habit creation skills, then pick a starting date and time. The sooner you start, the better. That's my opinion. Stick to 10 minutes. Okay, if it's really painful, do it for 10 minutes. If you can handle it for longer, I say keep going. Find a quiet space free from distractions. Okay, find a quiet space. Well, if I'm on my laptop is in a stationary place. I'm not going to move it all around and find a new place. So it's not find a quiet space. It may just be tell everyone to stay away for the next 10 minutes or half hour while I'm decluttering so that I can focus. Create the ambiance you want. Okay, the ambiance. Maybe some music, maybe some lighting. Again, coffee sounds good. Shut down extraneous tabs and turn off notifications. Well, that's important. Start with low-hanging fruit. Okay, pick the stuff that's easy to do. Make quick decisions. I like that. Create a holding pen, a maybe folder. Yeah, stuff that you're not quite ready to delete yet, but you can go ahead and put it in a folder and take a look at it later. That makes sense. Shh. Yep, that's what I take from that. Mainly, reduce your distractions. 7 questions to ask while decluttering. Is this something I rarely use? Whenever I look at this item, does it mentally drain me? Sometimes when I look at a bunch of emails, that can mentally drain me. I don't know about you. Is the information outdated? Oh yeah, I probably have multiple copies of the same file. Am I holding on to it because it seems like it might be important, but I don't know why? That's a very good question. Yep, probably. Have I finished using it and see no reason to use it again? Again, why am I holding on to it? I don't know. Am I spending too much time weighing the pros and cons? Could be. That's why I like the idea of that maybe folder. Instead of worrying about it too much, just shove in that maybe folder. Is it related to a project I no longer plan on pursuing? Could be. You know how it is. We all start something and then we don't finish it. So why are we holding on to that stuff? So I'd say in this case, make time, and anything that you cannot make a quick decision on, throw it in the vault. Throw it in that maybe folder. And anything older than, I'd say, a year, and you don't want to take time to go through it and you're very overwhelmed, take it and move it all to that maybe folder, vault, temporary, whatever you want to call it. Just move it out of the way so that you're not constantly looking at it and looking through it when you're trying to find that one document. So from the 17 strategies to minimize your social media activities, I pulled out a few. Get clear on your goals. Turn off chat. Track your time. Set a timer. Follow with care. Purge your friends and consider a social media hiatus. From that, I say, let us just focus on the time and give ourselves a time limit so we don't get too overwhelmed. 8 steps to organize your email inbox. Schedule a time for tackling your inbox. Okay, I feel like I've heard this quite a few times already. I think they're really trying to drill it in here. Move all old emails out of your inbox. I like that. For me, I just create inbox 2. If it's old and I'm not ready to clean it up yet, I just throw it all into inbox 2. So the only thing in my current inbox is something that I really want to address. Unsubscribe from unwanted lists. Oh, I can't emphasize that enough. That is one of my favorite strategies. Unsubscribe. You can always subscribe again later. Use the 4 Ds to process your messages. Well, you have to read the book to see what those are. File completed messages into specific folders. Yes, you can have folders for your messages. I recommend being careful how many subfolders that you create. Streamline your incoming messages. Okay, so there are a lot of different things that you can do. You can create up rules. You can create a special conditional formatting so it comes in a different color. You can add star next to it if you're using Gmail. So yeah, there's quite a few ideas on how to streamline your incoming messages. Create canned responses. Now that one's really cool, especially if you have a business and you need to send the same kind of message again and again. Just create the message with a few blanks in it. And when it's time to use it, copy paste, you got it. You saved yourself some time. Move collaboration out of your inbox. What this means to me is if you have a bunch of emails going back and forth between a team of people, sometimes it's easier just to pick up the phone. Do not let it stay in your inbox. It just causes a hot mess. Next, all right, we're going to be saving some time. Unsubscribe. Yep, that's definitely one of my favorites. Unsubscribe. 6 ways to organize your files and folders. Use obvious naming conventions. Use as many levels as you need. Keep application files separate from data files. Create shortcuts to specific files. Create a working folder that acts as a temporary inbox. I actually called my folder temporary. Organize files by their type. Well, that kind of sounds like the same thing as keep application files separate from data files, but sounds good to me. Like I said, I create a folder called temporary. I create it actually on my C drive, or if you have a shared drive or a OneDrive, I create a folder called temporary. So if someone says, hey Sue, can you take a look at this, make some edits and send it back? I put it in a temporary folder because I don't own that document. I'm never going to look at it again. I'm just doing them a temporary favor. So I'm just going to put it in a temporary folder, and once in a while I'm going to empty that temporary folder. 7 steps for creating a minimalist computer. Create 4 folders. I like that. Sort your desktop by file type. Never done that. Start with easy wins. That's my favorite. Move all the files. Yep, let's move them. You don't want a hot mess all over your desktop. I don't know if you've seen someone's desktop where they have 100 files on their desktop. Clear out the downloads folder. Well, that makes sense. If you downloaded something, you need to make use of it when you download it, place it where it needs to be, and then clean up that downloads folder. Repeat with every subfolder. Well, that makes sense. Move everything out of the maybe folder, or in my situation, the temporary folder. Move it or delete it. Downloads, clean them up. 9 action steps to declutter your smartphone. Delete apps you don't need. Well, that makes sense. I do that from time to time. And when I actually delete the apps, I make sure that the apps that I use most frequently are on the front page, the home screen of my phone. Clear out self-created content. Choose multi-purpose apps. Turn off notifications. Okay, I've already read this one a few times. Use airplane mode even when not on an airplane. Organize your music files. Delete or archive video files. Remove old podcast episodes. Well, that makes sense. I mean, the podcasts do take up a lot of space on my phone. So if I've already listened to it and I know I'm not going to listen to it again, might as well remove it. Delete text and call history. I'm not too much on deleting my text or the call history, but I tell you what I will delete. Old voicemails. They take up way too much space on my phone. So yeah, here's a nice little screenshot of cleaning up your phone. I have an iPhone personally, and I love to do the little hold it down. The icons pop up. I see the applications. There's a little X, and I'm like, yep, delete, delete, delete. One of my favorite things to do. Turn off notifications so that you are not distracted. Delete those voicemails and delete those podcasts. One suggestion I have for you is a great time to clean up your phone is when you're standing in line. Instead of standing there scrolling through your social media, take that as an opportunity to clean up your phone. I also use it as an opportunity to clean up my email. So I know a bunch of store emails, etc., that come through that are old. I just sit there when I have time because I'm stuck and I just start delete, delete, delete. 8 quality apps to add to your smartphone. Note-taking apps, list-making apps, calendar apps, collaboration apps, goal-setting apps, password apps, syncing, and cloud-based apps. The Find My Phone app. So out of these, what are my favorites? Find My Phone. That one is very important to me. And then one little trick that I do, instead of actually using the note-taking app, I actually send myself a text message. I track my weight, I track my to-dos, I track my grocery list. I send myself a message. Whenever I think of it, I just send it. And guess what? I have it in that list and I can easily search it. So let's say, for example, I want to know what my weight was. I can easily just scan through all the reminders to find out what my weight was last month, the month before, etc. Or if I'm going to the store and I want to remember when I go to a particular store, I needed to buy milk, I can scroll through and say, hey, have I written anything to myself in the past week that I need at the store, just so I don't forget. 6 simple steps to backing up your digital life. Choose a schedule for creating backups. Use the one folder system for backing up files. Use 2 physical backups. Keep one backup off-site. Use a cloud-based backup program. Create automatic backups of your files. So for me, I definitely agree with backing it up. I back up my files on an external hard drive. And yeah, that's been a lifesaver from times. There's one time my car was broken into and all of my CDs were stolen. Okay, so I lost the CDs and that really stunk. But I did have all the music saved on my hard drive, my portable hard drive. So thankfully I had the music still available to me to use again. Quarterly digital declutter habit. Clear out the downloads and document folders. Find and eliminate duplicate files. Run an antivirus program. Delete unnecessary programs and apps. Clear your browser history. Use a computer tune-up program. Clean your computer. Repeat for your other devices. So, this is what I would love to leave you with today. To do, strategize, make a plan, but keep it simple. Take action regularly. Get creative. For example, clean up your phone while you're in line or anywhere else that you're sitting down for a little bit of time. Prioritize. Find an accountability partner or hire a productivity coach. Incentivize. Celebrate reaching goals and small wins. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. In the meantime, if you want to know when that next video is coming, go ahead and subscribe. If you need a little more personalized support, reach out to Sue at SueVizcarra.com. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.